What is up, everybody? I am back for another video. Today we're talking about something a little bit different, something I find a lot of interest in, and that is bands. We're going to talk about what we can expect to see in 2018, what we have coming our way. I think it's going to be a pretty big year for some of these bands, and I just kind of jotted down a few of my favorites, and I wanted to talk real briefly about them. So I'm just going to get right into my list. There's no particular order. First band I'm going to talk about is Fall Out Boy, because that's who I have playing on my computer right now. Their top song on Spotify right now is Centuries. But it's going to be a big year for them because they're releasing their new album on January 23rd, so I'm looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be pretty good. Next band I want to talk about who had a really big year last year, who I couldn't see doing a whole lot this year. They might kind of be in between this year. They might be working on some new music. That is One Republic. Last year they released Oh My My, and it was a really good album. Their top song on Spotify right now is Rich Love. But yeah, I feel like this year we won't see as much from them, but I might be wrong, so hold me up to that. Another one of my top favorite bands who had a really big 2017, who might be a little more quiet this year, is Imagine Dragons. Last year they released Evolve. It was a big album. I think it was huge for their band. Their top 3 hits on Spotify right now are all from that album. Their top one being Thunder. But yeah, I hope we get to see more from them this year. Maybe they release a single or something, but we might not see as much from Imagine Dragons this year. Alright, the next song I'm talking about now is the Chainsmokers. I expect to see a lot of new music for them this year. I could be wrong, but I really hope to see some new music from them. They have a couple shows kind of going on, early this year, but they haven't said anything yet about releasing a new album or anything. They're probably working on one right now. Next band I'm going to talk about, Panic at the Disco. You saw it coming. It's going to be a huge year for Panic at the Disco. They're one of their bass guitarists, Dolan, left, so he's off doing great things. I'm sure. I really wish him the best, but it's going to be a big year for them because they are supposed to release a new album. I've watched live streams where Brendan Urie is talking about the new songs on the album, and I am really excited for it. Alright, so this next band I'm going to talk about is this fairly smaller band, has been on the rise lately. They are called AJR. They're 3 brothers who started off in their living room, and they released an album called The Click this year, and they are going on a big headline tour this year, starting this February. Their top song on Spotify right now is called Weak. You might not recognize the name or the name of the band, but I feel like it's going to be a huge year for this band in terms of their growth, and I think it's just really going to be a big year for them. So one of my last bands I want to talk about now is 21 Pilots. Nobody has heard anything from 21 Pilots in over 6 months. They're on a hiatus. I'm sure they're working on new music. I would hope that they're going to be bringing us a new album before April this year. Could be sooner, but who knows? Your guess is just as good as mine is right now. But I'm really looking forward to their new album. It should be coming, but like I said, we haven't heard anything from them. But if they do release a big album, it's going to be huge to see if they can follow up their big album that they released in 2015, Blurry Face. It had so many big hits on it, so it's going to be. I think that's why they are taking so long on this new album, is because they really wanted to make it good, since the expectations are so high. Like I said at the beginning, there was no particular order for any of these bands. What the last artist I'm going to talk about is Post Malone. He just kind of became an interest of mine recently. I really like some of his lyrics. I really like his new album. He's on tour. He was actually in Denver not that long ago, but I really enjoy listening to some of his music, and I think it's going to be a pretty big year for him as well. Now, if there's any bands or artists that I did not mention in this video that is one of your favorites that you would like to maybe hear me talk about in the future, please comment below, and I will be happy to talk about them in the future. This channel is going to be about so much. I want it to be funny, but I also want to talk about some stuff that you guys might find interesting. So that's going to conclude this video for today. So thanks you guys for watching, and I really look forward to what new music we have coming our way this year.